What's up guys, so on this particular video we'll be discussing about Meghalaya, the northeastern state in the month of July 2025. What you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the road condition, the places that you should be visiting, and overall what is the kind of budget, and most of all what are the things that you need to be packing for your trip to Meghalaya in the month of July 2025. So now starting off, please remember that the month of July is the peak monsoon season in Meghalaya. So by default it's going to be raining a lot. It's going to be raining so much that you might need to carry an extra umbrella with you. That's the kind of rain that you should be expecting when you're traveling to Meghalaya in the month of July. But barring the rain, it's a good time to be going there, because for those who like waterfalls, they're going to see unlimited waterfalls. And by unlimited, I literally mean unlimited, because that's the number of waterfalls that you will experience and get to see all over Meghalaya. Now when you're starting your trip and you're planning your trip rather for Meghalaya in the month of July, just keep in mind that you need to have at least a minimum, I would say, of 5 nights 6 days. The reason being because it's going to be raining so much that there is a high possibility that you might fall sick or someone in your group might fall sick along the way. So a day which can be used as a banker day just to recover from any kind of sickness or explore more is very handy in the month of July. And overall, when you're planning on traveling to a place which is so far off from the main part of India, it's always better to have at least 6 to 7 days in hand. So now starting off, remember that Kaziranga National Park is closed and is not going to open till end of September, first week of October. So for all those who are planning on clubbing Kaziranga with their Meghalaya trip in the month of July, drop that idea. It's not going to happen. Now getting into the main thing, that is the weather. Apart from heavy rainfall, it's going to be thunderstorms, a lot of lightning and thundering that's going to accompany you for the entire journey. And the best part about traveling to Meghalaya in the month of July is the fact that you'll be driving through clouds. That's how low the clouds are going to be. There's going to be thick mist and fog along the way. The temperatures are going to be really cold, because when it's raining it's pretty cool. The daytime temperature will range from anywhere between 14 degrees to 22 degrees. Humidity will be high during the daytime, but the nighttime temperature will drop from anywhere between, I would say, 8 degrees to 12 degrees. So this is real. It's going to be like a winter rainy travel for you in the month of July. Just make sure again that you have a very good pair of shoes, a good amount of, I would say, rainwear, so that you can stay as dry as possible, even though it's very difficult to stay dry when you're traveling around Meghalaya in the month of July. Now keep in mind that even though it's misty and cloudy, sunrise and sunset is very unlikely to get in the month of July. So for someone who's traveling to Meghalaya to experience sunrise, clear skies, it's not the month. But if you are going there because you want to experience rainfall, a lot of rainfall, a lot of waterfalls, then the month of July is the time to be there. Now moving on from the weather, what the road condition. Now remember, landslides are frequent in places, but you will definitely get to Shillong and Cherrapunji. These are two places which I would say are pretty much landslide free. From Guwahati to Shillong and from Shillong to Cherrapunji, the road is flawless. It's very well made, and all along the road you'll have excellent 4G and 5G network. Jio, Airtel, and even Vodafone has excellent network in this part. Just carry a power bank, so in case no matter what, if you have to charge your phone along the way, you can use your power bank. It will come really handy, because when you're traveling to Meghalaya, by default you'll click a lot of photographs, take a lot of videos, and the power bank is like a lifesaver. Now the road condition to Dauki can be a little bit tricky, because there are landslides which happen after Mawlingnong on the way to Dauki. So it's always advisable to take the Jawai road to Dauki and return via Mawlingnong. The road from Shillong to Mawlingnong is still under construction, and the road is in a pretty bad state, so you can expect potholes on that road. So that's where the most of the delay will happen when you're traveling in the month of July. Not delay because rocks are falling, but delay because there are plenty of potholes on the road because of the heavy rainfall. So ideally, when you're planning on going to Dauki, just make sure that you reach there early so you can go for the boating and return back to your homestay either at Dauki or at Mawlingnong or at Cherrapunji or Shillong, depending on where your night stay is. But remember, when you are in Dauki, it's pretty much as good as zero chance that the river is going to be pristine and see through. All the images that you see of a see-through river in Dauki, that's during the dry season from November to March. It's not going to happen in the month of July. Now, what to experience in the month of July? Lush greenery. That's number one. By default, anywhere you look, there's going to be lush greenery all over Meghalaya. There's going to be waterfalls. There's going to be insects all over. But insects, not the creepy crawlers who are going to bother you, but the kind that are going to be hissing all through your journey. No matter where you stop, wherever you are, waterfalls are going to be accessible. Elephant Falls, Krangsuri Falls, the Seven Sister Falls, Nokalika Falls, they're all at their mighty best. So make the most of visiting these waterfalls. Just be mindful that a lot of waterfalls have a small trek for you to go to the viewpoint. So when you're going to these viewpoints, make sure that you have a very good pair of shoes which have a good grip. If you're going to Meghalaya with a worn out pair of shoes thinking that you are an expert, it's going to cost you much more with broken bones and maybe even worse. So please be mindful of your footwear when you're planning your trip to Meghalaya. Another important place that a lot of people visit is the double-decker living root bridge. Now keep in mind that the 3000 steps that you have to climb will be slimy and slippery. So by default, get a bamboo stick which is sold by the locals over there. It costs anywhere between 20 to 100 rupees based on the deal that you can crack. And this bamboo stick, make sure that you do not lose it all through the way. And when you're starting your trek to the double decker route bridge, leave early in the morning. Start your trek as early as 7:30 in the morning, so that you can be back as soon as possible, so that you're avoiding getting drenched all the more in the rain. Now when it comes to the living double decker route bridge, remember that it is closed on Sundays. So on Sundays nobody is allowed to go hiking, so plan accordingly and try visiting anytime from Monday to Saturday. Now when it comes to caving in Meghalaya, the month of July is not the month to be going caving, because most caves are submerged in water. But Mausmai caves and Arwa caves are definitely accessible and are possible for you to visit, but it's also going to be leaking, so make sure that you go prepared accordingly. Now when it comes to the budgeting for Meghalaya in the month of July, it is not really off season. A lot of people who are locals travel to Meghalaya because they want to experience the waterfalls and the misty atmosphere. So room cost is anywhere again between 2000 to 5000 depending on the category of room that you're opting for. And the vehicle cost is the same standard for anywhere between 3.5 to 7,000 depending on the kind of vehicle you're going for. An Alto will be around 3.5, while a sedan like a Swift Desire will cost you 4,000, and an SUV will be anywhere between 5.5 to 7,000 depending on the kind of deal that you can crack and the number of days that you are visiting. Now when it comes to what you should be packing, just remember to pack clothes that will dry up quickly. Do not overpack, but also carry plenty of socks and good amount of dry clothes for you. Dry clothes, I would say, like stuff which is made out of lycra, which will dry up quickly. Avoid carrying heavy woolen wear. If you're carrying woolen wear, make sure that you're packing it in plastic bags so that they do not get wet. Even the backpack or the duffel bag or the suitcase that you're carrying for this trip, make sure that it is waterproofed well so that it doesn't leak along the way, because the bags are usually tied on top of the vehicle or put in a dicky, which can leak because of the heavy rains. It's going to rain that much. Now if you are someone who's planning a trip to Meghalaya in the month of July, we do have trips happening in the month of July. We have group trips, and you can opt for a private trip depending on what you want. You can click on the link in the description and you'll go to our website where you'll get all the details related to our trip. All that you need to do is read the details that are mentioned on our website. If you are interested, you can directly book from our website, or you can contact our sales team via the WhatsApp option on our website. But remember, our sales team is only meant for people who are interested in booking a trip with Tlow. Our sales team is not there for people who just want their personal queries related to Meghalaya to be solved. For that, you can leave a comment in the comment section, or you can book a private consultation with us directly from our website again. Now getting back to planning a Meghalaya trip, remember that it's always advisable by default when you're traveling in the month of July that you take a vehicle which has anti-fog lights. So by default, when the fog hits in the evening, your driver can drive well. Make sure that this is there. And for all those who are planning on taking a trip to Meghalaya by hiring and renting scooters and bikes, it is not the month. It is extremely slippery, risky and dangerous to be riding in Meghalaya with this extreme rain and low visibility. So prioritize your life over the adventure. Till our next video, stay safe.